My name's Rob.
My name's Leanne, and this is our daughter, Ivy, and we're very much looking forward to having a humanist naming ceremony to welcome Ivy into our family tomorrow. Ivy till die. So we chose to have a humanist naming ceremony for Ivy, which is quite similar to rites of passage in religions like a baptism or a christening. And it's a way of welcoming Ivy into our community and our family. And it's also a way of introducing Ivy to our system of beliefs and moral code and our ethical code. We identify as humanists. We had different routes to becoming humanists. I went to a Church of England school, a non-religious family, and just kind of plodded along. And then in sort of teens, as many people do, began to question sort of why we're here, what's the meaning of life, what's my purpose. And when I started university, I discovered the Humanist Society. So that was my first introduction to humanism.
When I grew up, I was raised as a Catholic, but it was something which I never really felt comfortable with. It wasn't something which I was really into, I suppose. Before I met Leanne, I wasn't aware of humanism really, I don't think. But when she explained to me the ideas and beliefs around it, I realised that I had more of a shared connection with humanism than any other belief structure. When we decided to have a humanist naming ceremony for Ivy, we had to look online to find a celebrant, because unlike other religions where they regularly attend church, we didn't have that. So we reached out online to the Humanist Society, where we found Simon.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm a celebrant with Humanist Ceremonies, and I'm trained and accredited by Humanists UK. Humanist ceremonies are non-religious means of marking significant events like namings, weddings, and funerals.
So as a humanist, I'd consider myself an atheist. What that means is that I don't believe that there is a higher power or a deity. Rob's slightly different on that aspect, aren't you?
Yeah, I consider myself to be agnostic rather than an atheist. So I don't totally reject the idea of there being a God or a higher power. I'm open to the idea that they still could be.
So whilst we will tell her and what we believe and answer any questions about our humanism, we also want Ivy to make her own choices and her own decisions growing up, and find her own path and whatever speaks to her. We are getting married, yeah.
So as well as tomorrow being Ivy's naming ceremony, we're also getting married.
So we chose a setting of nice manor to hold the ceremony and also to hold our wedding. It's a country hotel in really nice grounds, so there's that connection with nature. It also doesn't have any sort of religious significance or affiliation.
I'm often asked if I'm a minister or a priest, which I'm not. I'm a humanist celebrant. I work with families, I work with individuals, groups and communities to help mark the key events in life. We have a naming ceremony now for a very special lady. This is Ivy's day now, okay? Your presence here is really important. As I said, you are here as witness. You add strength and you add support to this young family. You all play a unique part in their happiness and in their hopes for the future. So Rob, a few thoughts you'd like to share?
Well, I found it quite difficult to put my thoughts into words, really, of how I feel about being a father, and particularly to Ivy. So we've asked Kieran, the singer, to sing part of a Paul Simon song called Father and Daughter for us, which puts into words a lot better than I could. We'll also have readings and poems which are relevant to our beliefs as humanists.
We also have a Welsh poem which we're going to have read in Welsh, and then the English translation to respect and incorporate Ivy's Welsh heritage. As Ivy grows up, we're hoping that she'll find her own path in life and her own moral code to live by. We're hoping that some parts of that moral code will be loyalty to her friends and family, a connection to the wider world, and have respect and gratitude for all the living things around her and nature. and we're hoping that she'll incorporate those things into her daily life.
And now, over to the guide parents.
So two of the most important guests at Ivy's naming ceremony tomorrow will be her guide parents. Guide parents are quite similar to the Christian tradition of having godparents, except we call them guide parents because there's no religious affiliation.
Now, they've asked Keris and David to read Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. It talks about the trajectory of life, how things don't always go your way or how we like. It reminds you to keep an open mind. Ivy, hi. Can I just have a little word with you? Because we're going to affirm your full name now. Ivy is a symbol of love, friendship, and eternal life. Your name is a human given. It identifies you, Ivy. Your name goes before you in the presence of others. Your name distinguishes you. It becomes you, and in many ways you will become your name. So, on behalf of everyone who's gathered here today, Ivy, welcome to this family and community. Excellent. You were brilliant. Thank you so much. A naming ceremony wouldn't really be complete without some sort of symbolic action. So, Rob and Lee have chosen to do something that will create a lasting memento of this special day. Now, each one of you carries your own thoughts and a wish for Ivy, and we now ask you to share them by a very simple act. Just outside the room, there's a table. You see some little hearts, pens, and all that. And I ask every one of you just to write a little something for Ivy. Just make your mark, whatever it is, but a lasting thought which will be put together for something for Ivy to look at in many years ahead. Just to remember why she's so special. Please enjoy the rest of this wonderful day. I thought that went really well. It was the children were engaged. Ivy and her little friend there, Amber, were just wonderful. They just they absorbed. Everybody seemed to be listening and paying attention, which is so important. Humanism is a rational worldview, seeks to understand the world that we live in and the relationships that we have with each other through credible evidence and through a premise that we are all equal and we are all vulnerable and that we are all in need of each other.
I think everyone had a lovely time, especially Ivy and all the other children, and it was great to welcome her into the family with a name.